Guys, I am Preeti and you're watching the little bit of chit chatting with me, and I would like to discuss about karma. Okay, now if you want to check out really deep information about karma, do check out the videos. I will be linking them somewhere down in this video. And when I was making these videos, this stuff actually came in my mind, and I felt like that I should share this with you because it is interesting. And a lot of times, when we are actually novice, we are actually new to stuff like karma, and we are actually trying to study, okay, how does karma work, what is bad karma, what is considered as good karma, and all the crazy stuff that we are checking out. That sort of thing happened to me, and a lot of years back. I think this was after my school. And interestingly, we were checking out it was a text. I cannot consider it as a holy text. Yes, it was a holy text. It was Bhrugu Samhita, and it's not necessary. Okay, now just take this as a disclaimer that every Bhrugu Samhita you are going to read is going to be something different, okay? Because all the authors, all the commentators who try to publish that work, they are trying to add their own commentary, okay? And as always, I say that spiritual texts, holy texts, they always have two or many different meanings to just one piece of verses. So just don't take them literally. So but I did take it literally, years back, when I just, out of curiosity, I was trying to read the Bhrugu Samhita, and I just read stuff that what is good karma, what is bad karma, and I was actually shook by the amount of, that this is good karma, this is bad karma. Every single line that I read, I used to be fingers crossed. Come on, this should not be something that is, that's something that maybe I am doing. Okay, now before saying any further in this video, I would like to say that, like, we all are brought up by our parents with good sanskar. Okay, sanskar is a Hindi word. We are brought up with good qualities, good values, good ethics, so that we can grow up as good human beings. Okay, so even I was brought up with such good ethics. So then there's no doubt in that. But still, the amount of stuff that I read in these works, it was actually disturbing. And also at the same time, a few other, as I have told you guys, that I have read in Mahabharat, that I used to consider Mahabharat as something very holy. Yes, it is holy, but yeah, I used to consider it like, the thing that is going to bring some good qualities in me. Reading that is going to teach me something. Okay, but it's just a simple story. It also depends on what author you are reading. I did not read from a very good author, and I would not recommend that. So that's why I am not listing that down anywhere in this video. That was, according to me, the author was crap. So I'm not going to list his work. Okay. So the stuff that I read in Mahabharat, it said that yeah, it was about Draupadi, and her friend. No, not exactly Draupadi. It was about Kunti and Gandhari. Okay, so this interesting fact was that Kunti and Gandhari, they are actually the wives of two brothers. Actually, they do turn up wives when they turn elder, and they marry two brothers. And yeah, but before they actually got married, before they were even grown up, during somewhere in their adolescence, they had actually met as friends. And Kunti had the gift. She this was that, that she was not actually gift. She was actually serving a sage that was in her village, in her kingdom. Not exactly village, but yes, in a village of her kingdom. And this sage was considered to be very powerful. He was considered to have a lot of powers, and she was continuously serving him, cleaning his doorways and cooking food for him, and everything, that required to make that sage's life comfortable. She was doing everything. And then she actually then Gandhari is of her same age, and Gandhari is actually traveling. She is traveling with her father through the Kuntal Pradesh. Kuntal Pradesh is where is the name of Kunti's kingdom. Okay, so she is traveling from Kuntal Pradesh, and what happens that Kunti accidentally discusses that she has this ability, not ability, but yes, she is lucky that she is actually serving that sage, and as a her service, one day that sage is going to gift her the gift of having 100 sons that are very very powerful, very very capable of doing driving a kingdom in such a successful manner that nobody can defeat them. Okay, so she actually discussed this out of sheer innocence, that she is going to get this as a blessing, as something in return of what services she was giving to this sage. And then Gandhari, she did this, that that she Kunti just discussed that tomorrow is the last day of serving, and after that day, after tomorrow, once she completes all her duties towards that sage is going to gift her, he is going to bless her with that, where she will be able to use that blessing once she gets married to have 100 very very powerful sons. Okay, sons means kids. Okay, male kids. Okay, so then Gandhari, she actually spams her. She actually spams this Kunti, and before Kunti wakes up, Gandhari goes to the sage's kutir, or whatever you call it, and there she does all the duties in the same way how Kunti does. And at the end of all completing all those duties, she is actually covering up her face, because in olden times it was believed that sages don't want to look at females, because that might actually waver their mind and make them take them off their path of this self-realization, path of what the truth they are searching. So she had covered herself up such that that under the disguise that that she should not be recognized as that she is not Kunti. But the sage felt that it is Kunti itself. She's just hiding herself to not make me look at a female. Okay, so what happens that the sage actually gifts Gandhari with the blessing. He gives her some mantra that she can chant once she gets married and wants to have kids. Okay, so then what happens that Gandhari leaves the kingdom with, she's very happy now, because she actually hacks into this, and she is given this blessing of having 100 very very powerful children who will be inconquerable, etc. So she's like overly happy and very very content with whatever she did. She didn't even tell Kunti what happened. She just went away with her father as she was traveling, right? So then what happens then, Kunti, now it's the time for Kunti to wake up, and she is going and doing her duties towards that sage, and the place where he is living, his little hutch where he is residing. So there she goes. She tries to see that each and every work that she is supposed to do, everything is spick and span, food is cooked, the little hutch that the sage lives in is utterly clean. His surroundings, the area surrounding the hutch are totally clean. She is actually suspecting now that what happened here, and because every day she is the one who is doing it, who did today? She was actually confused. She goes to the sage and asks the sage that uh, Rishi, you were going to give me, Rishi, sage. I was actually thinking about what word to use, because Rishi, sage, Maharshi are something other words that are used to address a sage. So she goes to this sage and then she asks him that, okay, now can you just give me my blessing? I have been doing a lot of hard work since past 6 months. And the sage is confused. He says, you just came here about a few moments ago. I gave you the blessing, I gave you the mantra to have 100 utterly powerful kids. Why have you come back again? And she was shocked. And she actually realized that it was Gandhari who actually spammed her, who took away that mantra, who took away that blessing, and she was the one who was working so hard all these 6 months, waking up early, clearing the house, clearing the hutch where the rishi was living in, and everything, she was doing. And she is actually going to be very much disturbed because this happened, and she then tells this to the rishi that Munishresht, whoever appeared before you and took away the blessing was not me. It was my friend in front of whom I innocently blurted out everything that I was serving you since 6 months, and I was going to get a blessing. And she is the one who felt like having that blessing, and she took away that blessing. So the rishi, the muni, or the sage, he realized that that woman was that female, not woman, they were adolescents, right? But yeah, just bear with that noise. So the rishi, the sage, realized that yes, he did understand that the another girl was being greedy. She just did not do anything, and yet she wanted to have that blessing, just doing that work only in a day. So rishi actually then blessed Kunti to have five kid. He gave her five mantras, and each mantra was going to give her very very powerful son, a child that is going to actually be very very powerful. So Kunti said, but first I was going to have 100 kids. Now why you're just giving me a 5 kids? So the rishi said, the 100 kids, they were very very powerful, they were inconquerable, they were very very good at uh, rearing a kingdom. But your 5 sons will be so damn powerful, will be so damn creative, will be so good in their in their fighting skills, in their warrior skills, that they will defeat those 100 sons that Gandhari is going to have. So Kunti was very happy. And then this main thing that I wanted to discuss is that Gandhari was the one. It is said that whatever you do, somewhere or the other, your karmas affect you. So, what is the thing that here, because Gandhari, yeah, she did stealthily do that, and she did take away a great blessing that was going to be given to somebody else. But what is the thing that is working on this side? Why did she get those kids that will be easily slayed by 5 sons from Kunti? It is believed that Gandhari had accidentally stepped on 100 eggs of turtles. Tortoises, 100 eggs, and because of that, she had accidentally killed those. Yeah, obviously, those broken eggs are not going to turn out into offsprings of the turtle. So that is why she got that karma accidentally. Okay, so this is what freaked me out. I said, my gosh, she did not even intentionally step on that. I always felt that karma is something that, if what Gandhari had done, stepping on the eggs of turtle, if that is done intentionally, that is karma. But if it is done accidentally, it's not karma. That is what I felt. And this story, learning this story, it actually freaked me out. I said, my gosh, if that is going to lead to karma, that by mistake, so many things you are going to do, so many things you are going to destroy, so many things you are going to just hurt so many people, not, yeah, but that does make sense, right? Because sometimes your intention is not that bad, but somebody or the other is in their own mode, they are in their own set of mindset that is disturbed, angry, or whatever they have, and you just say this much, not with an intention of hurting that, but still they are in that phase that they just want to get hurt, and they will get hurt by any damn word, right? So this freaked me out, and that is why every time I used to read any book, something, some religious, not religious actually, but yeah, Bhrigu Samhita I was reading, and at every single verse I was like, oh my gosh, it should not be something that I have done. So that was pretty crazy, so I just felt like sharing this. And Just a little note after watching this video, because we all do something or the other unknowingly that might have hurt somebody else. So we have no control over it, right? Because if somebody is very much disturbed, it's not under our control that even if we just smile, because there are times, because somebody, if somebody is in that bad phase of mind, if somebody just shows them a little grin, they might think, okay, come on, why is that person smiling at me? Am I looking funny? Did I do something? You don't even know what people can think about any action, any positive or negative action that you do towards them. So whatever it is like in life, but always try to be good, do good, and always try to give out in relation to good actions. Okay, because no matter, whatever you do, something or the other is going to lead to bad karma. So then why to create it intentionally? Because intentionally created bad karmas really end up very, very bad. Okay, so just try to be good as much as possible. If it's not possible for you to be good, because we are human beings, human beings are prone to flaws, human beings are prone to imperfections, and that is why you will not be able to be this 24/7, right? So that is the reason, try not to harm anyone, try not to be negative. If you cannot be positive, that is okay. You can always be at the phase 0 rather than moving on the negative side, right? So yes, that is all what I wanted to share with you guys today, and I hope that you like this video. Do share your thoughts below in the comment box, and do share if you have some similar stories, because I would love to know them. If you have any stories regarding your holy text or anything like that, do share that. And because these things do matter to us, and we always want to grow up as good human beings. So yeah, that's all for me for now. Signing off. Bye bye.